Good day. So today we're going to discuss financial statement analysis. So itong financial statement analysis is where it is how we translate yung information ng company so that we could keep track of its performance. So yung ating analysis na gagamitin today is yung tinatawag natin na trend analysis or tinatawag din natin na horizontal analysis. Okay? So, yan. So, yung trend analysis or horizontal analysis natin na gagamitin is yung year-over-year change, compound annual growth rate, and yung index method. So, bakit ba siya tinawag na horizontal? Kasi siya ay pahalang. Okay? So, paganto siya. Hindi siya paganto or column. Patayo. So, dito, meron akong example na data. We're going to compute it using year-over-year change, compound annual growth rate, and index method. So, start muna tayo sa year-over-year change. Okay? So, dito sa year-over-year change, kung mapapansin nyo dito, kino-compare yung financial statement based sa kanyang previous period. So, meaning to say, from 2000, kung kukompute natin yung 2019, i-compare natin yung 2019 to 2018. Okay? So, paano natin kukomputein yan? So, kung mapapansin nyo, ang naging growth niya, so, kung kukomputein natin 2016, ito yung current period. So, we are going to compare it to its previous period, which is 2015. So, kung 2016, mapapansin nyo, may formula na akong ginawa dito. Pero, ulitin ko na lang. Yung 2016 na sales, i-divide natin sa 2015 na sales. Para malaman natin yung difference niya, and then we are going to minus 1. Okay? So, kung mapapansin nyo, there is a 20% increase in sales from 2015 to 2016. Ngayon, if 2017, hindi ko na lang i-compute kasi nandito naman na. So, nagkameron siya ng 8.33% increase from 2016. Okay? Previous years. So, halimbawa naman, lagay tayo ng additional year. So, kung ito ay 225, sabihin na natin, pesos, yung naging sale niya. So, ano yung magiging growth niya dito? Okay? So, pwede kayong mag-compute. Sabayan niyo lang ako. So, ang sale niya ng 2022 is 225,000. We are going to compute it or compare it with its previous period na which is 2021, na nagkameron siya ng sale ng 200,000. Okay? Then, and only then, pag divide na natin silang dalawa, saka lang natin sila lalagyan ng minus 1. Okay? So, dito, kung mapapansin nyo, ang growth niya is 12.50%. Okay? So, madali lang yung year-over-year change. Magdako naman tayo sa compound annual growth rate or CAGR. Okay? Dito naman sa compound annual growth rate, we are going to measure yung kanyang constant percent of change over a period of time. So, anong ibig sabihin nun? So, from latest period to its earliest period. So, kung compute natin 2018 versus 2015 or yung pinaka earliest period niya, which is yung base year. Okay? Medyo same siya nung kasunod na kukompute natin, which is index method, pero magkaiba sila ng formula na gagamitin. So, kung mapapansin nyo dito, ang naging growth rate niya is 20% ng 2016 from 2015. However, papansin nyo, magkaiba na sila ng growth. Kasi dito sa compound annual growth rate is sinasalang-alang natin yung period or yung time. So, ibig sabihin, from 2015 to 2017, hindi na ganun kalaki yung naging growth niya in comparison to 2015 to 2016. Bakit? Kasi over it, kung mapapansin nyo, one year difference, ang naging dagdag sa sale niya is 20,000. Pero dito sa 2015 at 2017, mapapansin nyo, 30,000. Pero kung yan is, halimbawa sabihin na natin na ganyan, so mas malaki yung nagiging, pansin nyo, tumaas yung value. Kasi, nababawasan yung growth niya eh. Ito, ang difference niya is 20. Dito naman sa dalawa nito, ang difference na lang niya is 30. Halip na mas increase pa yung growth niya. Okay? So, magdagdag ulit tayo ng computation. So, ang gagamitin natin is itong latest period. So, nung 2022, nakasaad dito na nagkameron sila ng sale na 225,000. I-divide natin siya sa earliest period, which is yung 2015. Okay? So, lalagyan ko lang ito ng parenthesis. And, anong kasunod natin gagawin? Exponent. So, may exponent tayo dito, which is 1 divided by n. Ang n, yan ay yung latest period minus earliest period in years. So, ibig sabihin yan, 1 divided by 2022 minus 2015. So, once na na-minus mo na yung 2022 at 2015, saka lang natin siya pwedeng ma-divide sa 1. Okay? So, 1 divide 2022 over minus 2015. Okay? Ngayon, once na naggawa nyo na yon, divide nyo to, minus nyo to, divide nyo to, saka nyo i-compute yung magiging sagot dito sa mga ito. And only then, saka nyo siya ma-minusan ng 1. Okay? Baba ko lang to. Ito ay 2015 minus 2022. So, in percentage, siya ay 12.28% yung increase. Or yung growth niya. Compounding growth niya. Okay? Okay. So, last horizontal analysis na papag-aralan natin is yung tinatawag na index method. So, ano na yung index method? So, index method is ginagamitan natin siya ng base year, which is, tulad ng sabi ko sa inyo, itong pinakaunang year. Over, or yung kanyang enumerator is yung current period. So, ibig sabihin, kung kukumputin natin is 2019 divided by 2015. Okay? So, paano naman pag yung 2022 ang kukumputin natin? So, ibig sabihin, yung sales ng 2022, i-divide natin siya sa base year, which is 2015. Okay? And also, nakalagay din dito, ita-times natin siya sa 100. Times 100. So, meron siyang, naka-percentage siya. So, meron siyang 225%. So, sa inyong mga computation, if ayaw nyo ng i-multiply sa 100, convert nyo lang siya sa percentage. 2.25, babaguhin ko lang, gagawin ko lang siyang percentage. So, same lang siya. Okay? Yung 2.25 is equal to 225%. So, bali ito lang yung topic natin for today. If you have any questions or clarifications, feel free to message me and I will reply to you shortly. Okay? So, thank you very much and that would be all.